you up even more. That's where we've gotten to, and we think if we walk in a building and it's not like that, then we're in the wrong place or it's not church. Well, let me tell you something, that is church. And I know I say this often, but it would benefit you to do so. Study the early church. I don't find any of that in the early church. And if I keep going on, I will be preaching, so I'm going to stop. Those are the things I needed to say. Those are the things I needed to put out there. I just want you to know, basically, this is who I am. This is what you get. If you don't want this, you got two choices. You can get rid of me, or you can go where you can get what you want. Secondly, if you got a problem, let it be known. If I did something that bothered you, talk to me about it. If you don't like the way I do things, talk to me about it. Because when you hold it in, you get more miserable and more miserable and more miserable. You start not wanting to be in church. You start not wanting to be around. If you don't fight for your church, you're not going to have a church. Okay? You got to be willing to fight for it. And most of the time, that means fighting here. Because you know what? I was sitting back there and the preacher was preaching and he looked at me like this. So I know he was talking to me. And we go off with that stuff in our heads. And instead of coming to the preacher and say, I have to ask you, was that about me? Or whatever, that may be a weird example, but you get where I'm going. Or he didn't shake my hand. I ain't going back there. He didn't talk to me. He walked right by me and didn't talk to me. Well, I'm letting it be known. He's an airhead. So, just remember that when I walk by you. I don't know what else I can say. Those are things I felt you needed to know. And I'm going to stop. If anybody feels